Welcome to Selfie Story for another episode of Alternate Reality. Put on your headphones for a nerve-chilling story. Picture this, a world where zombies are as common as pigeons in a city park. They're not your typical brain-hungry monsters, no. Instead, they live off the brains of animals and birds, existing harmoniously in a society where their human counterparts are but a distant memory. It's an eerily peaceful yet oddly familiar reality. But one day, everything changed. In the heart of their civilization, a chemical plant stood tall. It was a day like any other, the sun lazily tracing its path across the sky, when the unthinkable happened. A rupture, a shudder, and then a toxic gas, as green as the envy of a human heart, began to billow from the plant. It swept across the city, touching everything in its path, an ominous harbinger of change. As the gas infiltrated their senses, the zombies felt something strange. Their grotesque bodies began to morph, their pallid skin gaining a warm glow, their ragged clothes transforming into suits and dresses. The world, once a monotonous landscape of gray and decay, burst into a riot of colors. They were no longer the undead, they were human. But this transformation was not a joyous event. It was terrifying, disorienting. For the first time, they felt pain, they felt fear. They could feel their hearts beating in their chests, a relentless drum echoing their mortal existence. The hunger for brains, their only sustenance, was gone. But in its place, there was something else. Something unfamiliar, something insatiable. As they grappled with their new reality, they realized that they were now the hunted, not the hunters. The tables had turned and they were left vulnerable, scared, and utterly human. But the transformation came with an unexpected twist. The newly turned humans were terrified, but they were not the only ones to fear. Imagine, if you will, a world where the zombies we've come to know and dread are just as human as you and me, save for their dietary preferences, their usual menu, animal and bird brains, nothing out of the ordinary there, right? But then, in a twist of fate, a cloud of toxic gas transforms these zombies into humans. Now picture this. These newly minted humans, their senses heightened, their hearts pounding, are clueless about their new form. They're terrified, yes, but they're not the only ones. The zombie people, the ones who've remained unaffected by the toxic gas, they too are scared. But it's a different kind of fear, a primal one, triggered by a scent they've never experienced before, the scent of human blood. Never having been exposed to such a tantalizing aroma, the zombie people are drawn in, like moths to a flame. And then, it happens, the unthinkable. One of them lunges at a transformed human, sinking their teeth into soft, warm flesh. The taste of blood is new, it's different, it's intoxicating, and it's terrifyingly delicious. The moment the taste of human blood touches their tongue, a metamorphosis begins. Their eyes glaze over, their bodies convulse, and their minds, well, their minds are no more. These are not the sophisticated, witty creatures they once were. They've turned into something else. Something monstrous, brainless, bloodthirsty, and driven by an insatiable hunger for human brains. It's a scene of sheer horror, a chilling spectacle that sends shivers down the spines of the remaining zombie people. They've just witnessed one of their own transform into a brainless monster, all because of a taste of human blood. Now, the normal zombie people were faced with a new challenge. They had to find a way to reverse this transformation, to bring back their friend, and to prevent any more of them from turning into monsters. But how? That's a tale for another time. The zombie people knew they had to act fast. The realization of their situation hit them like a ton of bricks. The world they knew was changing, and not for the better. The once peaceful coexistence between zombies and humans was now a macabre dance of survival. The scent of blood was in the air, and it was driving their former friends into a frenzy of bloodlust. Their search for a cure became a race against time, a desperate struggle against the rapidly spreading contagion. Every corner of their world was explored, every stone unturned. Libraries were scoured, ancient texts consulted, and forgotten lore unearthed. Scientists, both living and undead, toiled day and night, their laboratories buzzing with frantic energy. Their efforts, however, were met with repeated failures. Each experiment, each trial ended in disappointment. The once vibrant and bustling labs turned into graveyards of shattered hopes. But they didn't lose heart. They couldn't. The stakes were too high. The tension was palpable, the fear contagious. Every new case of transformation, every fresh attack added to the dread. The brainless monsters were multiplying, their numbers growing with each passing day. Streets once teeming with life were now filled with the mindless, their guttural growls echoing in the eerie silence. But amidst the despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. A group of zombie scholars stumbled upon an ancient prophecy, a tale of a similar calamity that had once befallen their kind. A cure had been found then, a potion brewed from a rare plant, believed to be extinct. But they couldn't give up. They had to find it. The search for the elusive plant intensified, stretching to the farthest corners of their world. The zombie people braved treacherous terrains, battled hostile creatures, and faced the unknown. Their spirit remained unbroken, their resolve unshaken. The struggle was real, the journey arduous, but they marched on, driven by their will to survive, their desire to save their kind. They knew that failure was not an option. They had to find the cure. They had to turn the tide, for themselves, for their world. Time was running out. As the sun set on what could be their last day, the zombie people made their stand. With the potential cure clasped in their decaying hands, they steeled themselves for the battle that lay ahead. It was no longer about survival, but about restoring the balance of their world. The battlefield was a sight to behold, a grotesque panorama of the living dead and the brainless monsters. The air was thick with tension, the silence broken only by the distant howls of the brainless monsters. It was a dance with death, a symphony of horror, the ultimate showdown in this alternate reality. Fighting with a ferocity that belied their undead existence, the zombie people held their ground. Each brainless monster they felled was a victory, each loss a poignant reminder of the high stakes. The zombie people were not just fighting for themselves, but for the humanity that had been cruelly snatched away from them. As the battle raged on, the losses piled up. Friends and comrades fell, their sacrifices etched into the very fabric of this terrifying world. The pain of loss was palpable, but it was tempered by the hope of victory. The zombie people fought not with the strength of their bodies, but with the resilience of their spirits. In the heart of the chaos, the cure was administered. The howls of the brainless monsters turned into cries of confusion, then relief. One by one, the monsters reverted back to their human forms, their thirst for human blood replaced by a profound sense of peace. It was a sight that would have brought tears to the eyes of the living, a testament to the strength and determination of the zombie people. The battle was won, but the war was far from over. The zombie people knew that they had a long road ahead of them, a road paved with challenges and uncertainties, but for now, they basked in their victory, their hearts filled with hope. The humans were turned back into their normal zombie selves, and peace was restored. Their world was once again a place of harmony, a testament to the resilience of the undead. As they looked towards the future, they knew that they were ready to face whatever came their way. The alternate reality had been saved, but at a great cost. In the heart of this otherworldly saga, we witnessed the bravery and determination of the zombie people. They faced a reality that was once their norm, twisted into an unfathomable nightmare. A world where they, the typical citizens, were transformed into humans, only to be hunted by their own kind. A world where their hunger for brains was replaced by a terrifying new craving for human flesh. The chemical disaster was the catalyst, sparking a chain reaction of events that shook the very core of their existence. Yet it was this catastrophe that revealed the true essence of the zombie people. Their perseverance in the face of adversity, their courage in the midst of terror, and their unwavering hope for a cure. The first taste of blood marked a hazardous turning point. The once docile zombies were now predators, their senses heightened by the aroma of human blood. This new reality was cruel, unforgiving, and filled with horror. But in the midst of chaos, the zombie people did not falter. They knew they had to find a cure, to restore their world and their people to their original state. Their search for a cure was not in vain. They fought bravely, standing against the brainless monsters, their former brethren, in a final stand that will echo throughout the annals of their history. Their victory was bittersweet, a reminder of the cost they had paid, of the comrades they had lost. This ordeal taught them the value of unity and resilience. It served as a stark reminder that even in the face of unimaginable horror, they could stand strong, fight back, and reclaim their world. It showed them that they were more than just zombies, they were survivors. Remember, in this alternate reality, not everything is as it seems. This tale of survival, bravery, and determination is but one of the many chilling stories that fill this world. Stay tuned to Selfie Story for more spine-tingling tales that will challenge your perception of reality. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more videos.